Thanks for stopping in, guys. If you like anything you see here, please like and subscribe. And let's get into some tools. Here we go, guys. Now this is the Sunex. It's your 3/8 drive impact socket set, and it's a big one. It's got your impact wobbles, it's got your deeps, it's got your standards, SAE and metric. It comes with 4 extensions. It's got E-Torx in short, regular Torx in your little stubby Torx drivers. There's your big wobble down there at the bottom. This set is pretty affordable, and it covers pretty much everything you're going to want to use in 3/8 drive. Now, I supplement this with a little 1/4-inch drive set and a couple of 1/2-inch drive sets, but this, for the money, it's a steal. You buy this and you're pretty much done with 3/8. I have had no problems with Sunex tools. You'll find, these forgings are stamped and branded by a whole bunch of different companies. They're fantastic. And this is just a beauty. I'll probably take it out of this case and put these sockets on, a few different rails, but, if you left it in there, it wouldn't be a bad thing if you were mobile. This thing's just fantastic. Next up, we've got the bolt biters. I've been wanting this set for a while. I got a Husky set. Husky's also Apex tool. And it was a little set. Actually, there was 2 parts to it. There was a kind of an SAE and metric. It came with a little impact driver adapter, and it was a small set, like 5 pieces in standard, 5 pieces in metric. This one covers you from 1/4-inch all the way up to 3/4 or 19 millimeter. And some of them are labeled as such, like the 11 and the 7/16, 5/16 and the 8. Now you do have a different 13 and half, which is kind of cool. You got half minus, half and 13, 14 9/16, 14 minus 9/16, and your 5/8 16. So it gives you some options depending on how far that bolt is rounded over. Now, they're not going to tell you to knock these on with a hammer or a mallet. Sometimes that's what you got to do. But when you do, they will grab. They'll grab and they'll get that fastener out. And in a real pinch, they'll put it back in. And these are pretty damn cool. Now, I know Astro came out with a wrench set with a design similar to that, and Capri sells it as a wave drive. I'd like to get my hands on a set of those, but they always seem to be out of stock. And this time of the year, things are a little tight for old Frosty. I couldn't really do what I'm doing here without Mr. Joe, but I thought this was a great addition to my toolbox. And it's handy around the plant. I get a lot of rusted stuff on pumps and whatnot. You got to get that bolt out. And, this is a lot better than grabbing a grinder, especially if you're up on a ladder or if you're down underneath a machine or something like that. Now, here's something you guys may or may not already know about. Nipros and Koken Japanese tools are all the rage right now, and there's a pretty damn good reason for it. Now, this is some Koken stuff that I got from Joe, and it is fantastic. It's so good, I don't even like to use it on anything greasy or anything wet. These ratchets are just gorgeous. Now, they're not really gimmicky. It's a 72 tooth or a 36, depending on which one you get. These are the Zeals. These are 72s. Look at that. That is a 3/8 ratchet or a 3/8 anvil and a 1/4-inch body if I ever saw one. Look at that. It's tiny, right? No back drag. No back drag. And there are teeth in there, guys, I guarantee it. But listen to that. You can barely hear it. That is just beautiful. The rubber, it's kind of hard, but it's comfortable. It feels good in the hand. I've got several different length ratchets. I am a proponent of a long ratchet. Usually the one I grab first is the longest one that'll fit. I'm not a huge flex head guy, but they do have their place, especially the locking flex heads. I love those, but these particular ratchets here will get the job done for you, and they are sweet. Okay, this is your standard ratchet handle. To us, that might be a little short, but that's what they call a standard. That's the long one. It's a beaut. Now, Koken, I believe, actually originated the what Snap-on calls Wobble Plus extension. You put a socket on there, and you've got a wobble. If you slip it all the way on, you've got a straight. And this little driver here, it feels great in your hand. It gives you great torque transfer. It'll start a bolt where you can't get in there with your fingers and start that bolt. And I'm going to get me one of these in quarter. If they don't make it, I'll get a Wobble Plus extension and build my own. This has just been a lifesaver. I love this thing. Now here's a sweet little deal. I know I showed the standard stud pullers that I got from Ossenmacher. These are Koken, and they are sweet. Same deal, it's a cam lock stud puller. That slips down over your stud, grabs it, turns it out with either a ratchet or an end wrench. Now this set covers 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. 14's awful big. It's also 9/16. I don't know if it'll double as a 3/8 and a 7/16. It may not. We haven't tried them out yet. But these are just fantastic. So more to come on them. I believe they're actually cheaper than the Ossenmachers, and you know, looking at them, it looks like, you know, these aren't rebranded. It looks like they're made by Coken. They are heavy duty. I mean, that has got some weight to it. Well, again, more to come on those. Now these beauties here. This is Koken's shallow socket set. This is a metric set. I've got to see if they've got a complete SAE I can snatch up, and I'm pretty sure they do. Now, for a long time, when you bought a set from Koken, it would basically come with the sockets that you need, meaning they'd have a lot of skipped sizes. So in Japan, I guess your average mechanic, if he buys a set, it's probably got an 8, a 10, a 12, a 13, a 14, maybe a 17 or an 18. I'm not a Japanese mechanic. I don't believe they use a lot of 17 or 15 or 11. For us, you know, we like to have more complete sets. We could be working on a larger variety of stuff. This one actually goes from 8 to 19. It only skips the 9, which, you know, I can't think of much that I'd use a 9 on. And what's special about these, it has that little spring clip in there and that ball detent. There's actually, is it 2 or 3? I think there's 2 ball detents in each socket. They grab that bolt head, and that bolt will not slip out, making it way easier for you to start a fastener where you can't get your fingers up in there. You can put that socket on the end of an extension. It's going to grab and hold the head of that bolt, and you can start threading it in. These are just beautifully made. I mean, they're not show chrome like a Snap-on. but they are really nice and functional. One last thing to show you before I got to go to work here, so I can buy more tools and more mini bike parts. This is the palm impact from Astro Pneumatic. You guys know how much I love Astro. This thing, this may be a game changer, it may not. Fits in the palm of your hand, you couple that with a nano socket, and I don't think you're going to find anything that can fit into a tight space like that. Let's see if we can't get the box open. Nicely packaged. There we go. Now you've got a remote throttle where you plug your air fitting in. This guy is going to fit in the palm of your hand, and it's going to get some work done. Now this is the same as my little nano impact that I love so much. I do have the 1/2 inch and the 3/8, 445 foot-pounds in that little package. Multiple settings, super simple, aluminum. This thing is stout. I mean, for a hammer mechanism that short to put out that kind of torque, and that's just amazing to me. The wrench body's the size of my thumb. You put a nano socket on there, you know, one of them little short guys. How can you beat that for length? It's light enough, but boy, with that kind of torque, you better be holding on, let me tell you. It's not that bad. I mean, you know, you feather the lever, get a feel for it. Anyway, if you like some of the tools that I've shown you today, I'm going to put up Mr. Joe's card. Feel free to give him a call, or best to send him a text. I won't lie to you, you can get most of this stuff on Amazon or online, but I choose to support that independent. You know, these guys are out there in the tool trucks. They're coming to you, they're providing you a service, and a lot of them, well, as Mr. Joe included, I mean, they give you a warranty. They take care of you above and beyond what the manufacturers do. Now, all these tools and all these parts and everything I show on my channel comes out of pocket. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Let's get some more subscribers up there. The more we can get, ultimately, the more stuff I can bring to you. And we will start giving some of this stuff away. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you.